Hello, first graders. It's me, Mr. B, and today we are going to read a book entitled I Am Earth. Okay, so first let's take a sneak peek and decide whether we think it's fiction or nonfiction. And then while we're reading it, we're going to be also trying to look for cause and effect relationships because great readers are always thinking about cause and effect relationships. All right, so we're gonna take a sneak peek. Notice the pictures. They don't look real. So let's see if we think this is fiction or nonfiction. The title is I Am Earth. All right, I'm gonna go back to the beginning. Here's the first page. It says, I am Earth. You live on me. Okay, just want to make sure I'm on the right page. On the inside, I am very hot. On the outside, I'm the perfect temperature for life. I travel around the sun and keep you warm. As I just wanted to make sure I didn't skip a page. I'm still trying to figure out this computer. As I spin, day turns to night and night turns to day. When I tilt away from the sun, it becomes fall and winter. When I tilt towards the sun, it becomes spring and summer. That's what's happening now. Our part of the earth is tilted more towards the sun, which is why it's getting warmer and nicer and getting closer to summer. The sun is so big that it holds me and 7 other major planets in space with its gravity. Together with moons, comets, asteroids, and other space objects, we make a solar system. Just like the sun, I have gravity. My gravity keeps the moon circling around me and holds you to the ground. Gravity keeps the air that you breathe and the water you drink from drifting off into space. Without gravity, things would just float away. When you see me from space, I look blue, green, brown, and white. The blue is the water that covers me. The green and brown are the land on which you live, which you live on. And the white is from the clouds and the snow. Clouds drop water on the land below. When it gets cold, the clouds drop snowflakes, dusting everything white. Rain and snow fill up the lakes and rivers, giving all living things water to drink. Even the food you eat is grown in my rich brown soil. I'm very unique, just like you. I have all the right things to keep you healthy and safe, like clean air, water, and food. I'm not too hot and not too cold, and I hold you close so you won't float away. But you have to help me by keeping me healthy and clean. Because if I get sick, the air gets sick, and the water gets sick, and the ground gets sick, and that is not good for anyone. Right now, I am the only planet that you can live on. If we work together, we can keep me the best place to live. Here are some things you can do to help the earth be the best it can be. It says, recycle. Find out what can be recycled and start recycling. And it says, don't litter. Put garbage in garbage cans. Reuse. Use things more than once if you can, like paper bags and glass jars. Save energy. Turn off the lights when you don't need them. Don't waste water. Even though there's lots of water on Earth, there's only a small amount that we can actually drink, so let's not waste it. Yes, most of the water on Earth is salt water, which we cannot drink. Then it says, can you think of other ways to help the Earth stay a happy, healthy home? And remember to tell all your family and friends so they can help too. Okay, and here are some other books by the same author. I Am Moon, I Am a Dinosaur, and I Am Mars. Maybe sometime we'll read those books too. All right, so let's go back. What do you think? Fiction or nonfiction? Even though most of the pictures are make-believe, the author's purpose seems to have been to teach us about the earth and to persuade us to take care of the earth. So I would say that this is more nonfiction than fiction. It looks like fiction, but it acts like nonfiction. So I'm going to say this is nonfiction. Now, as we're reading, there were several cause and effect relationships. A cause and effect relationship is where one thing causes something else to happen. When it causes something else to happen, we say that's the effect. For example, it says, I travel around the sun and keep you warm. So, because the earth travels around the sun is able to keep us warm, right? So, if the earth didn't orbit around the sun, if it just floated off into space, it would get farther and farther away from the sun, and then we wouldn't be warm. So the cause is the sun and us, Earth, orbiting around the sun. That's the cause, and the effect is it keeps us warm, which we need to stay alive. Cause and effect. The Earth spins like a top as it goes around the sun. Because it spins, that creates night when our part of the earth is away from the sun, and day when our part of the earth is spinning towards the sun. So the spinning is the cause, and the effect is it gives us day and night. The earth is also tilted, and because it's tilted, half of the year our part of the earth is tilted away from the sun, which makes it colder. And half of the year, our part of the earth is tilted towards the sun, which makes it warmer. So being tilted away from the sun causes fall and then winter, and being tilted towards the sun causes spring and then summer. Cause and effect. The sun is so big that it keeps 7 major planets circling around it or orbiting. So the sun being big gives it a lot of gravity and causes those 8 planets in our solar system to orbit around it. Otherwise, the planets would float away. But the reason they don't, the cause of them not floating away is the big, huge size of the sun. We're going to learn more about that in a little bit in science, by the way. So, the Earth has gravity, which keeps the moon going around the Earth. So the cause is the Earth's gravity, and the effect is it keeps the moon orbiting around the Earth. The Earth's gravity also keeps you and me and everything that we see on Earth from floating away, right? Including the water and the air. So gravity causes us all to stay on the Earth's surface, and the effect is that the water and the air and everything we see stay stuck to the Earth. The Earth is a big magnet. So the cause is the Earth's gravity, and the effect is we can all stay on the Earth. Okay, so those are some important cause and effect relationships. Another important one that was in the book is the blueness of the water causes the Earth to mostly look blue from space, because most of the Earth, about 70% or so of the Earth's surface is water. Because of that, the Earth mostly looks blue. 30% of the Earth is land, which is green and brown. So the effect of that is sometimes you see a little bit of green and brown from Earth. And because there is clouds and snow on the Earth, you also see a little bit of white. That causes the whiteness of the clouds and the whiteness of the snow has the effect of making Earth look a little white from space also. All right. So, because the Earth is not too hot and not too cold, and because Earth can keep us stuck to the surface of the Earth so we don't float away, that has the effect of Earth being the perfect place for us to live and the only place we know of in the universe where human beings can live. Very important. In fact, because the Earth is not too hot and not too cold, we call it the Goldilocks planet. Just like in the story of Goldilocks, Goldilocks wanted her porridge not too hot, not too cold, if you know that story. So if the Earth gets too polluted, if the water gets polluted or the air gets polluted or the land gets polluted, then that would have the effect of making it hard for us to live on the Earth. So that's a cause and effect relationship we want to avoid. And so to avoid it, what we can do, if we recycle, don't litter, reuse, save energy, and don't waste water, those things will be causes that will have the effect of allowing us to continue to enjoy living on Earth, the only planet that we know right now that can keep us alive. So thank you for reading with me today and thinking about these important cause and effect relationships. Now in the next video, I want to just share with you some really awesome poems that have something to do about nature. I think you'll enjoy them. I'll see you then. Bye.